Hello, my friends, and happy Thursday evening. I am so glad to be back. I was out for a week. I was a little bit under the weather, and I'm just thrilled to come back and make some festive holiday earrings. So let me show you what we're making as we are all getting ready for this very, very festive holiday season. I think it's just so much fun to make these little earrings. They're super, super easy to make. They're incredibly fun to wear. In fact, they're kind of a conversation piece. So I was so excited, and a couple of weeks ago, Sandy, some of you guys know Sandy, who works here, and we put our heads together, and Sandy is our awesome party girl here at Eclectica, and she knows all these drinks, and so she made me this wonderful list. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Jeline says hello.
Hi, Jeline.
And Delana says hello, everyone.
Hello, Ilana.
Delana.
Delana. That's a very fun, unusual name. I like it. All right, guys. So we are going to be making, let's see, we have the grasshopper right here. You can tell it's green. And we have the awesome, really fun and bright Santa Claus Napolitan. Then we have the pink squirrel, which I bet you don't know where it was invented. So I will tell you, it was invented in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How cool is that? That is our claim to fame in this area, the pink squirrel. And of course, the very iconic eggnog with a little cinnamon stick right there. And here we have Midnight Kiss, and somewhere else I had, oh yes, and martini, the very classic martini with a little olive and a pimento.
Angela says good evening.
Hi, Angela. Good evening, and thank you for joining us today.
Stacy says hello.
Hi, Stacy.
And, oh, it's pronounced Delana.
Delana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good to know.
Betty says good evening, you guys.
Hi, Betty.
Fonda says good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Glad you're feeling better.
Hi, Fonda, and thank you so much. I am feeling better. All right, guys. So, of course, we've seen the martinis before. In fact, it's one of our most favorite earrings here, most popular earrings. I think some of you already have a martini, or a pair of martinis, I should say. So this is what it looks like. See, it has a little olive with a little pimento on it. And then, of course, we just restocked the Midnight Kiss a couple of weeks ago. So those are some of our favorites. And then the other four are completely new. And I'm actually making them in a new way. Just as you thought this could not possibly be made easier, actually, I just made it a little easier. So why don't we string some beads and components onto our head pins, and we'll see exactly how easy this is.
Donna says hello, one and all.
Hi, Donna, and thank you for joining us today.
Ellen says hi, Irina and everyone.
And hello, Ellen. All right, guys, just because they're so fun, I think what I'm going to do today is make one of each. And so I will point out that one of the key components to this project, at least the way that I chose to make it, are these very large heads on the head pins. This is quite unusual, but you really have to have those large head pins if you're using a component or a bead cap with a larger hole. So we're going to string that first, and then we are going to, so I am starting with one of my favorites, and that's the Santa Clausmopolitan. Have you guys ever heard of the Santa Clausmopolitan? We looked it up. We were actually looking for red cocktails. We looked it up, and they're all over the internet, and they are incredibly fun and festive. So this is what I'm going to start with, just the basic here. And I'm going to set this aside for a second, and I'm going to move on to the next cocktail.
Carmen says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Carmen, and thank you so much for joining us. So as we're getting ready to move on to the next cocktail, I just have to share, I get such a kick out of this pink squirrel. I love the name, and it looks very cute as well. The pink and the red together, I think it's very, very festive.
Diana says hello.
Hi, Diana, and thanks for joining us.
Fonda says these are such cute earrings.
Well, thank you so much, Fonda. Do you have a favorite?
And Elena is asking if you can hold it up a little closer when displaying. Thanks.
Absolutely.
And I don't think she's heard of Santa Clausmopolitan. Kim K says, happy Thursday. I'm so glad you're feeling better. These are such cute earrings.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim. I'm just straightening this head pin, so if it comes in and it's a little bit curved, not a problem. We can just hold on to it with our chain nose pliers and straighten it. So this is a slightly different head, not head pin, but this is a slightly different bead cap. And this too has a larger hole. For some reason, a lot of bead caps that I liked for this particular project, shape-wise, are like this. They come with a fairly large hole. So we're going to string 3 of our Swarovski bicones onto the head pin, just like I did for the Santa Clausmopolitan. And for the pink squirrel,
Diana says, I love the pink and clear ones.
oh, thank you so much, Diana. It must be the pink squirrel. So it looks very similar, or maybe you mean the clear martinis. I love the martinis. They just look so very classic. But the martinis, as well as the Midnight Kiss, these are actually from an older video, and if and when you order these, this will send you to a different video, so don't be surprised. Although you can probably just use this set of directions for those two as well. I do know that when I made the martinis, I made them a little bit differently. And I would say what I'm doing today is just a little bit, well, it's a lot simpler because there's only 1 head pin per earring involved rather than 2 like I did the martinis. But, you know, that works also. Okay, and now I'm going to string the grasshoppers. And the grasshoppers are just a little bit different because not only are they gold tone based, but also because of the shape of our, what is this component? The shape of the bead cap, I'm only using 1 of the bicones, the Swarovski bicones, rather than 3, because the bead cap is already so elongated that it just feels right to only use 1. Otherwise, the stem of the glass would be a little bit too long. So I'm just showing you each one of these, and then I will point out the similarities as well as the differences.
Angela S. says, aloha. I love these. I hope I can find beads like this to make these.
Oh, thank you so much, Angela, and aloha to you. Are you in Hawaii? And if you are, I love Hawaii. And if you're not, I still absolutely love Hawaii. Okay, so I'm starting out very much the same as the Santa Clausmopolitan, as well as the pink squirrel. And I want you to know that it is very, very easy to find these beads. In fact, they are already put into a kit for you, and they're available on our in our Etsy shop. So we have a lovely Etsy shop, and this is the Eclectica Etsy shop, where we sell all these kits that I design and show in the videos. And check out some of the other kits as well. At this time of the year, we have like a schmillion different kits, and they're well stocked, and they're just oh so fun.
Fonda says, I like them all, but I may need to get the pink squirrel.
Oh, yay. Thank you, Fonda. Yeah, the pink squirrel is kind of fun, isn't it?
Angela S. says, yes, I live on Maui.
Oh, fantastic. We love Maui. It's possibly our favorite island. Well, actually, it's really hard to pick because we also love Kauai and the Big Island. All right, guys. So I'm going to do this a little bit assembly style. So what I'm going to do is just use my chain nose pliers to start making a little 90-degree angle in all these 4 earrings. So let's do that first, and then we're going to make a wrapped loop. And I'm making the angle pretty close to the bead because I don't want to have a lot of coils going around. So I'm keeping it pretty minimal. And now I'm going to use my round nose pliers to start making the loop. So since I'm doing this a little bit assembly style, I'm just making the loop on all of these, and then I will wrap all of them together. This way, I'm saving just a little bit of time, and I don't have to put my tool down every time I make a step. So I'm not using my bail making pliers, and this is because I prefer having a fairly small loop on these earrings. So I'm just using the tip of my chain of my round nose pliers, not the very tip though. So I like the inner diameter of these loops to be about 3 millimeters or so. So here we go. So this is the last one. This is our eggnog. And holding with my chain nose pliers, I am just going to take the end of the wire and nice and snugly wrap around the wire with a loop on it. And if you want to, you can also go right back up to make that nice organic loop. And that is just an option. If you want to make it like just a skinny wrap loop, that is okay too. It is entirely up to you. Sometimes if you have a slightly larger hole in the bead, it kind of helps to wrap it around as an organic loop. Okay, so I'm just doing that with all 3 of my drinks. So, or did I just say 3 of my drinks? I really meant 4. So we have the pink squirrel, and I just did the grasshopper, and before that, of course, we had the eggnog and Santa Clausmopolitan. So what's really fun is that all 4 of these have a different condiment. So let's start with the Santa Clausmopolitan. If you Google pictures of of the different Santa Clausmopolitans, you will find that normally there is either like a little rim of ice, or there's an ice cube. So there's my little ice cube right there. Can you guys see? So it's a little teeny tiny cube. And then this is supposed to represent a mint leaf. And so what I didn't say is, but you guys saw, I did not trim the tail on any of these head pins, right? So we're still using the same head pin, and as you can see, I left it nice and long so that we can put all of our cherries, ice cubes, or rather sugar cubes. Did I say ice? I meant sugar cube. So we can put our sugar cubes, our pimentos, our olives, all that good stuff on the same head pin. So what I'm going to do is start making a little teeny tiny loop, and now I'm going to trim the excess wire. Actually, I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit easier to just do this with your chain nose pliers rather than your round nose pliers, and then just give it a nice little squeeze because it doesn't have to be an open loop.
Delana is wondering what you call the larger beads that you mentioned.
The larger beads, we just refer to them as a cone or a bell-shaped bead. And so next we're going to finish our grasshopper. And on the grasshopper, we have a little chocolate cube because often to the grasshopper, we actually add chocolate chips. And if you guys want to share recipes, this is probably a great time to do so. So we have the chocolate chip, and then we have a little mint leaf. And again, we are going to start making a little tiny loop, and it's really more of a fold over than a loop, and you make it as teeny tiny as you possibly can.
Delana says thank you.
My pleasure, Delana. And we're just going to give it a little squeeze. First, I'll move all the beads all the way down. I probably could have made this a little bit longer, but that's okay. We will just have to make it work. And there we go. So we have the little chocolate cube, we have a little mint leaf, and we have a grasshopper.
Jane says these are so cute, and it's wonderful to have you guys back.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much, Jane. I really appreciate it. It's so good to be back.
Julie says these are so darn cute.
Thank you so much, Julie. All right, so to finish our famous pink squirrel, we are going to have to garnish it with not one, but 2 little cherries in the form of 11O seed beads in a color that is just right. And it looks so much like 2 little cherries, don't you guys think? So it's kind of funny because half of these drinks, I don't even know what goes in them, but I certainly know how to garnish them. So I always say this, I am your holiday earring bartender, and I love it. I love my job. It's so fun to, to run around and find all these components that make these little earrings look just like the actual thing. So doesn't that look like 2 little cherries? And now we still have our eggnog, which we are going to embellish with a bugle bead that looks exactly like a cinnamon stick. And again, I am just going to start making my little fold over. You can call it a loop or you can call it a fold over. And we'll close that little gap. There we go.
Leslie says, trying to find these in the Etsy shop. Can you tell me more details?
Yes, Leslie. So I would love to tell you more details. So the way that it works for us is the video has to actually air before we're able to put a link into the kit. So Oh, wait a minute. No, they're listed.
Yeah, they're all listed in the Etsy shop.
Yes,
And
Tony's
Lauren
giving me a little kind of a face. But yes, they're absolutely listed. So you can go in the Etsy shop and you can order them as soon as right this moment.
And the links will be in the comments.
Awesome. The links are in the comments as well as the description of the video. So what we're going to do next is we are just going to pick up each ear wire and open it up. Oops, wrong tool. Okay, so we're going to open our ear wires just a little bit to the side, always to the side, and string. Oh, I keep picking up my round nose pliers. Don't do that, right? Okay, so we're doing this obviously with the chain nose pliers. And this is all we have left to do, really. So just open our ear wires, just as if it were a jump ring. Oh, and where is, oh, there we go.
And Leslie says, perfect, thank you. Can't wait to make these for Christmas gifts.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much, Leslie. Well, I'm sure whoever you make them for will be thrilled, whether you make them for yourself or as a gift. They're just so fun to make and they're so very fun to wear. As I mentioned, there's such a great conversation piece, and that's what it's all about. It's about conversation and good cheer, and whether you like your drinks with a little booze, or I'm sure you can make a virgin grasshopper or a virgin eggnog. And so here they are. We just finished all the earrings. So let me show them to you once more. And these are actually the ones that we just finished. So we have our delicious minty chocolatey grasshopper. And we have our eggnog with a little cinnamon stick. And we have our pink squirrel, and that has 2 cherries on it. And of course, the Santa Claus Napolitan with a little sugar cube and a little sprig of mint. And from the previous videos, we have the delicious martini with a little olive and pimento. And we have the Midnight Kiss, which has been oh so very, very popular.
Betty says these will be cute for New Year's parties.
You are absolutely right, Betty. That's kind of what I had in mind, especially for the Midnight Kiss. All right, guys. So, oh, and you know what? If you're going to a party, this makes a great hostess gift as well. So, I knew that this would be kind of a shorter video, so I'm going to throw in something, something a little extra, something that we've been talking about for a while, and I kept forgetting to show you how to make a holder for an ornament. And this, of course, so let me just do a little preview. Oh, actually, no, this is perfect. This is perfect. Tony put this on my desk so that I don't forget to show you guys. This is the new snowman, which actually replaced the Times Square snowman. This is the Elegant Victoria snowman, Elegant Victorian snowman, which replaces the Times Square snowman. We have sold out of the Times Square snowman, and this one is just a little more elegant because of the black and white, and I think this one is really special. And really, when it comes down to it, it's kind of almost a twin to the Times Square snowman, maybe like a fraternal twin. Okay, guys, so we have our ornament, and now I'm going to show you, because I've been making so many ornaments, and in fact, I'm making more ornaments tomorrow. I hope you guys join me tomorrow. This is not quite the preview just yet, so I'll talk about the spiders yet. So we've been making all these fun ornaments, and you guys have been reminding me to make some ornament holders, so I'm doing just that. So yeah, I grabbed this can of butane. You don't actually have to grab a can of butane. You can grab a jar of strawberry preserves, or you can grab a bottle of olive oil. You guys get the idea. Whatever works for you as a mandrel for our rounded shape. So for me, this just happened to be like a really good diameter.
A jar of holiday sprinkles.
A jar of holiday sprinkles. Of course, Tony would say that. All right, guys. So I'm going to cut maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches past where the circle is complete. So whatever the diameter of your circle, just give yourself 1.5 to 2 inches past that. And I'm using 18 gauge wire. So what I'm going to do is just maybe use my flat nose pliers and make a little zigzag. A little zigzag is always kind of fun and festive. And really what we're making here is something that looks almost exactly like a large ear wire. So if you know how to make a large ear wire or any kind of an ear wire, you already know how to do this. Okay, so now I am simply going to use the rest of my wire to make a little loop.
Diana says, yay, I got the pink squirrel and the martini. Thank you.
Oh, yay! Thank you so much, Diana, and enjoy your holiday cocktails. All right, and these cocktails you can enjoy over and over and over, and there are no calories. So that is the best part, you guys. So this is it. This is how you make a holder for your ornaments. But wait, don't go away. There is more. I will show you just one more fun idea on how you can mix it up. So you can spend more time if you wanted to on making the zigzag a little bit more even, or if you embrace the organic, then this is good too, right? All right, so let's make one more just for fun. So again, we're going to use our favorite can of butane. And again, it can be, like we said, it could be anything at all. Whatever it is, you know what? I can't find the end of this wire. Okay, so here it is. And so what I find is, for me, 18 gauge wire works best for this purpose. And you just wrap it around your favorite round object, and it's all good. So I'm just going to make it nice and round, and this time I'm actually going to leave a little bit less past where the circle completes itself. I'm going to say this is about maybe an inch and a half or so, or maybe an inch and a quarter. And this time, I'm sure you have all sorts of fun little beads just laying around from various projects. So this time we're going to embellish our ornament holder with a little bead.
Kim K is wondering if that's half hardware.
Thank you so much for asking, Kim. It is indeed, but you probably know that when you buy base metal wire, it is not sold as half hard or dead soft. So I prefer to just refer to it by brand. And this is Beadsmith brand.
Ellie says, so cute. I plan on wearing one of the smaller snowmen as a necklace pendant.
Oh, yay, that's awesome. Yes, they will definitely work great as a pendant. Well, yeah, not that size, obviously, but yes, I do have some smaller ones in the Etsy shop, and in fact, some of them are earrings, some of them are pendants, but you can interpret however you want to. So you can always get a pair of earrings and make them into two tiny pendants.
Sabrina
Whatever
says,
works, right?
Sabrina says, hey, Irina, Tony, and all. Good evening.
Hi, Sabrina, and thank you for joining us. So here's another little ornament for, ornament holder rather, for our holiday ornaments. And as long as I have my little spider friend, and I know not everyone is into spiders, but I have to tell you, there is a wonderful story about spiders, and I will be telling it tomorrow. This is kind of my holiday tradition. I tell the Christmas spider story. I'm sure some of you have heard about the Christmas spider, maybe from me, maybe from someone else. And so this sparkly little spider ornament we are making tomorrow, December 9th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on the Eclectica page. And next week, okay, so I have to, these guys are big. Yeah, so let me show you the third one. They're all very elegant and sparkly, and this is what we're doing tomorrow. And then next week, we will be making a holiday snowflake suncatcher / ornament. You tell me. I think this makes a really fun ornament, although this can definitely be a suncatcher as well. And we're making these next Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m. And that, again, is Central Standard Time on my page, and that is the Irina page. So this is what we're making. Aren't these kind of just fun and sweet and holiday-ish? But wait, there's more. We're also going to be making holiday angels and fairies. Who doesn't want to make a little holiday fairy? So I'll show you what one looks like right now. So by next Friday, I hope that she has a little fairy friend. And so this is what she looks like. She's kind of a dancing fairy. She has a little lantern, and I want you to see her head ornament, which makes her very, very magical. So this is what she looks like. And then I have a few other angels and fairies. Here's another dancing angel. I also have dancing angel earrings, and then I have the Victorian angel earrings. So a lot of fun earrings and pendants, and the fairy can be an ornament as well. And I also have the little starry night angels.
Leslie is wondering, do you sell the kits in your store as well? And the individual beads? I work close by.
Leslie, yes, most definitely. We sell both the individual beads and the kits in our brick and mortar store. And thank you so much for asking.
Carmen says, love the ornaments.
Thank you so much, Carmen.
Allie says, aw, so cute.
Thank you so much, Allie.
Sharon says, love the dancing fairy.
Oh, yeah, I was really hoping you guys would like my dancing fairies and angels.
Delana says, super cute.
Thank you, Delana. All right, guys, so I'm just going to put my little friends down here. So we have a lot of fun things coming up. We have our spiders. We just made the holiday cocktails. Oh, and I know that some of you have definitely made the spiders before. And in fact, we just actually restocked our little spiders. So this is, a lot of you are familiar with the kit that makes the 6 little spiders, and those are super, super fun as well, and they've been so popular. But I just wanted you to see the contrast in size. So this is quite a different spider. This one is definitely that much more impressive, at least size-wise, right?
Fonda says, I can't wait for the ornaments and fairies and angels.
Oh, yay! Thank you so much, Fonda. I'm really looking forward to those as well. I had so much fun designing them. All right, ladies. So I believe we just covered everything, right? So we have a lot of fun things coming up, and what I'll do is, since I missed a week, I'm going to try to maybe show you a few more variations on the ornament holder here and there. And I do want you to know that we have the 18 gauge wire in the Etsy shop, but we have 2 different kinds of wires. So make sure that you get the beadsmith and not the artistic wire, because that is the brand that's going to hold its shape. So that's really important. All right, guys, and I believe now we're all set. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you for all of your wonderful comments, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful and creative night.